Welcome back to the Janus World Building Project. In this video, we'll explore design principles from insects and introduce the hypercapitalist megacity of Yan Mizpa. Located in the basin of the world-shaping impact crater of 4BS, the once wild river of Mizpa has been lifted entirely into aqueducts across the crater to maintain flow out to the coast and to harness the hydropower as it moves. This river also remains a critical trade route connecting the Sea of Canul with the Atlantic Ocean, using various locks enabling vessels to pass the large turbines. Buzzing with activity, the SEZ of Yan Mizpa follows a hypercapitalist model where everything is commodified and decisions are driven by AI interpretation of the market. This has led to remarkable innovations for the wealthiest citizens and a vast underclass constantly charged for the basics needed to survive and kept in perpetual debt. Though officially legal, it is rumored that even human lives are bought and sold on the black market. Absent any sort of zoning, which might limit capitalist exploitation of resources, the towers of Mizpa are a confusing mess of spaces, managed with an extensive wayfinding system that lives behind various paywalls. Utility quality ranges with customer wealth, and no payment means no utilities. Looking to the intricate morphologies of Insecta, Mizpa's corporate researchers study form and function carefully for product development. Some of the most striking species include mantids with colorful cuticles and serrated arms, flies nimble in flight and quick with their reactions, armored stag beetles with tough, curving carapaces, gluttonous caterpillars, beetles flying with wings stretched out from under fused elytra, and the ever-warring ants and termites. Bees and wasps finish out the dominant eusocial groups. Moths, lantern bugs, dragonflies, and butterflies dazzle with bright colors and aerial acrobatics. Shield bugs, silverfish, scorpion flies, grasshoppers, and great diving beetles exhibit yet greater range of form and niche filling. The typical body plan is segmented, with 3 primary body compartments and consistently 3 legs. The circulatory system is open and the digestive system linear. Breathing happens through spiracles, holes in the cuticle to bring air in directly. The head boasts sensors, from compound eyes to simple ocelli, and a range of possible specialized antennae. Wings on the back take various forms, and legs change shape dramatically to fit their purpose. Considering the intersection of these systems more abstractly reveals the incredible assemblies of cuticle layers with their cross-laminations. The apparent linearity of the anatomical systems within the integument complements the incredible complexity of metamorphosis, transforming the living flesh into a new form, and the iterative molts with a new body breaking forth from an old shell. Nest structures, too, hold valuable lessons about thermal regulation and structure, be they earthen towers, paper tree houses, or wax apartments. Beyond these wide-ranging adaptations harness solar power, radiate heat away, fold thin, strong wings behind shielding, absorb sound, shed water, capture dew, filter reflections of light colors, and bioluminesce. Further, wasp thixotropy informs material fusion with clays, and bees decide as a quorum, in the language of dance, when and where to rehome. Some worms spin protective silk cocoons with remarkable thermal and antibacterial properties. Nests can be built of bubbles also, and territory explored through collective stigmergic intelligence. Even more striking, Some ovipositors drill with reciprocating action, and dragonfly nymphs use jets to speed through murky water. Crypsis hides caterpillars as hissing snakes, and mole crickets build amplifiers of surrounding earth to cast their music far away. Beginning from nests for the design of arcologies, a thick shell of hexagonal modules with dwelling units inside bring in light with compound lens structures, using cementitious depositions to manage heat and airflow while bringing in air directly. Always a space for economic opportunity positioned along a critical river, Yan Mizpa sprung up and grew swiftly with extensive corporate investment, chasing a coveted, unregulated market. Several megacorporations dominate the products available to the hive of consumers within the dense downtown structures, and most have a direct line to the AI oracles, with their ears to the AI board of Mizpa, whispering of market downturns, emerging markets, and increasing interest rates. Much of life for the wealthy has now been automated to provide the highest quality of service to the elite, and to maintain debt extraction from the poor to keep the whole machine running. Clothing, too, features compound lenses for broad contextual awareness, for a recognizable capsule headdress of varying proportions. Body armors use ripples and curves for strength, and the addition of 2 extra robotic limbs is commonplace for increased productivity. As the dominant economic and manufacturing power in the network, Mizpa aesthetics dominate most household products and higher-end robotics. Outfits vary considerably among most denizens, with severe uniforms mandatory for the corporate workers. At a larger scale, vehicles hover through neon skies, relying on large rotary blades and a streamlined body covered in solar cells for efficient energy use. Various utility vehicles learn from insect joints and shapes, while fashion changes quickly to increase consumption. Most augmentations are on a service model and belong to employers, sometimes causing conflicts with repo men sent to take away needed arms or legs. Side effects and safety of these prosthetics rarely factor heavily in the design, sidelined by power and speed increases to keep up with a dizzying pace of work. Dominating the shaping of city structure and employment are 4 megacorporations, holding a diverse portfolio of child companies in distinct market sectors, with the aggressive finance and insurance services of Vespo, the loop of design, manufacturing, and recycling managed by Informix, waste, chemical design, and agriculture overseen by ISOP, and energy, real estate, and IT cornered by APS. Rising up in a wild mess of dense activity, infilling between corporate towers with contrasting conformity, the few lucky enough to work for one of the major corporations has housing and lifestyle provided to manage their performance in the palatial office spires clad in translucent composites and gleaming glass high above the landscape. Though the opportunities are slim, it is often one sees a Mizpan looking up wistfully at the towers, imagining their own triumphant rise to unthinkable luxury. While officially neutral, one wonders what the vast optionality of Mizpa's growing riches might offer in a future after the current war. Perhaps they are simply extracting inputs in anticipation of a coming conflict, while the competition conveniently wears each other down. Thank you for your time and attention. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Be well.